You ready for my YouTube intro? You ready? Yeah?
She ready for my YouTube intro.
What's going on YouTube? We are doing a little collab in this video with one of my good friends, Nick Jones. We were actually planning on doing a collab this summer, but he got into a little accident.
This girl just broke his ankle.
I might have just broke my ankle.
He is doing good, so if you want to go over to his channel and just send him some love. But today we're collabing with him on a product photography challenge. So in this product photography challenge, there were some rules and little like challenges, but he kind of explained it a little bit better, so I'll let him do that now. Actually, before that, make sure you go check out the description. His YouTube, his Instagram will be there. Make sure you go follow him, subscribe to him. And now, Nick, you can give us the rules.
The rules are, we're gonna be submitting 3 photos within 3 categories. And the categories are texture, color, and our iPhones. Not necessarily iPhone photography. We're gonna be using our iPhones as the subject. We figured we would use that because it's the one kind of constant that we both have to be taking a photo of the same product, because otherwise you're gonna be seeing totally different products from both of us. But in the end, in the comment section, you guys are gonna be voting who you think took better product photos.
Okay, so now that Nick explained everything, let's go get started and set up our station. Okay, so this is pretty much I just got one light, 2 poster boards, product right there. I did want to use the window light, but then I also wanted to push the table to the corner, so now I guess we kind of still have a little bit of window light, but let's see how this goes. I might change some things, who knows.
All right, so the first thing I'm gonna try and do is utilize this brown kind of cube organizer type thing. I'm using window light because it's a fairly overcast day, so it shouldn't be changing that often. It's nice and soft, but also because I am lazy and setting up a light on one leg is kind of hard. I'm using a candle as my main subject, and I'm gonna be using this brown thing as my main texture. I'm probably gonna layer a couple things like a notebook. I don't know, maybe I'll think of something else. And then I might go grab my like viney plant to kind of use this foreground. I might try and shoot through the vines to kind of frame my candle. And then yeah, that will kind of be my texture shot.
So my first product that I'm going to shoot is this Saint Laurent cologne. To show the texture, I'm thinking about putting it in the middle and then spraying water on it and then hopefully catching the water drip down. So let's see how that goes. Oh my God. That was way too much. Wait, and it's kind of soapy too. Okay, test number 2. Don't know how it's gonna be, but not bad, not bad. Let me take a few more.
So basically what I'm trying to do is frame my candle. Probably do it open to get like, it's a wood wick, so I want to kind of show off that. I'm going to try and frame it through the vines, use the vines as foreground, and yeah, hopefully it comes out.
This next one is going to be for color, and what I'm thinking is shooting these bad boys. See the purple, the white. It won't be as colorful per se, but I think I can really make the colors pop. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so now for the second category, it's color. So I'm going to be focusing on this as my main subject, just the Nintendo Switch controller. And as you can see, my color of choice is black. No surprise there. I have a black Polaroid. I might throw in a lens, and then I have this black book and a black speaker. So basically, I'm not sure if I'm going to do a flat lay or like at an angle kind of like that, but that's the idea.
That might work. That might work. Disregard all that just happened. I was trying to get the floating shoe. My Photoshop skills are not there yet, so we're just gonna try redo it and make the best of it.
my final thing I have to do is get that shot of my iPhone. So normally I would do like iPhone photography as like shooting with the iPhone's camera, but we're changing it up. We're gonna be doing it as keeping our iPhones as the subject. So I have my softbox set up for product photos right now because I was actually just doing some for some other reason. And so it's already set to overhead. I'm gonna just do a flat lay with, I have like whatever this is called, Pacific Blue, I think, something blue. I had the blue iPhone 12 Pro Max. I'm going to be putting it on my black desk and kind of just sporadically placing other items, probably as many Apple products as I can find to, you know, stay on brand. And yeah, that is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for my last photo.
The third product is we're supposed to shoot our iPhone, and fortunately, since I only have my camera and my iPhone, you won't be able to see behind the scenes of this. But based on the prior behind the scenes, I don't think you want to see that anyway. So I will just show you the iPhone picture in a few.
Okay, so yeah, as you can see, light, flat surface, iPhone's gonna be straight in the middle, and then I grabbed AirPods, mouse, my phone case just because I personally like this moon pattern, and then I got like a black Polaroid only because I like matte black items. So basically, when it comes to flat lays, one trick to do with your subject to just get some depth away from the background is not have it flat on your actual surface. So what I'm gonna do, I guess this is all I have. This is literally the remote for this light, but it's small enough that I can place my phone on top of it. And now as you can see, there's gonna be a little height difference, and there might even cast a shadow, which the photo might grab, which is good because it just brings the subject a little bit more away from the background and other subjects to make it pop a little more, because that's the product that you're showcasing. Okay, so it's a couple days later. All of our photos are done. We've edited them as you saw, and I'm gonna hop on a Zoom call with Miguel now to kind of talk about them and just show each other our photos. Alright, so the first category that we did was texture. So my photo here is of the candle. That was like my texture photo. It didn't necessarily come out how I wanted it to. My goal was I had like that brown fake wooden like cube thing, and I was mainly gonna try and pull texture off of that and like really show the wood grain, but that didn't really happen. Luckily, it's a wood wick candle, so like that kind of pulled some texture out of that. I made sure to frame it with like the leaves of this plant, but as far as like hardcore textures go, I don't think it was like stereotypical like a texture shot, but I don't know. I personally really like it either way.
I liked your photo a lot too. It had like depth, and I do see the texture. Like it was just a cool photo. Like, you know, the vibe and the texture. I actually really liked it, and it was cool. Like, you know, you did a candle, but you had like all the depth and stuff in it.
What was your texture photo?
So my texture photo was the cologne. And originally when I was doing this, I was I looked up like texture product photography, and a lot of stuff was water based. So I was like, okay,
Yeah,
cool. Let me have
for
like
sure.
this clone sitting in the water or something. But then that didn't work out. So I was like, all right, let me just try to spray it. And then it actually came out pretty cool. Like, you know, you can definitely see the texture. I don't know if like cologne and water kind of like go
Wait,
together.
so
And
what'd you do exactly? Was this just, did you spray water or like?
Yeah,
is
so I
this an
sprayed it.
overlay?
So I sprayed it first, and pretty much all the water that's on it is the real stuff.
That's real,
and then
yeah.
I added the overlay in Photoshop, and I almost like kind of should have just you see the water at the bottom? I kind of should have just like cut that out so that the overlay like stopped, but it was I liked it. I thought this was probably like my favorite photo.
I think it was my favorite of yours as well. It's very clean. Like, all of your photos are very clean. Like,
Yeah,
very-
that's what I was going for, like the clean look, and then you went for like the dark and rugged look, which I also like too. I was like, oh man, like I love that.
All right, so the second category we talked about was the color, and if you have followed me on this channel, you know my favorite color is matte black. So the product I chose to do was this black Nintendo Switch controller, and I kind of layered things in the back, so the actual Nintendo Switch is behind it, and I made sure to add, like, purposely keep that pop of red in. I desaturated it like a fair amount, so I didn't want it to be too distracting, but it's on black wood. There's a black Polaroid, the screen's black, the controller's black, and then, I don't know, for some reason I kind of just wanted like one pop of like real color. But hopefully it's apparent enough that the controller is the product. I don't know if I kind of put too much in frame.
It was kind of funny. Actually, at first, because with the style that you were going with your products, like, I was wondering if he was going to be kind of like, if there's going to be a photo that you didn't really know which one was the subject. And this was the one at first, right? Because obviously the red pops in the middle, but then clearly, like, the Nintendo Switch is the one in focus, like, on the controller, which was really cool. Yeah. And, like, it was kind of funny because I had trouble with my photo, and I'll show you mine a little bit, but I wasn't sure what you were going to do with color. I was almost so set on doing this sneaker shoe that I was like, I want to do this. But then I was like, wait, my object needs to have more color. And I actually tried to bring that out. And then the only thing that I really did was just lay the shoe down. And it was like purple and white. And it was like kind of simple. But I thought you were going to do something like totally like colorful, like everything. So it was kind of, I was like, okay, he did like just a regular black matte. Like, I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah. You know, I purposely kept the depth of field really shallow to kind of help guide to make sure you knew that was the main subject. It's cool. But
I like it a lot. And I almost like was jealous because I was like, man, I should have took a photo of my Nintendo Switch.
No, I like yours.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Okay.
No, I was saying I like yours. Go.
Okay, so for my photo, right, so I wanted to do something like super crazy and like have the shoe floating, but it just did not work out because for me to hold it and then me to try to take the picture, like, it was just, I was not having a good time.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
I really just like went into just like this was almost like in Photoshop. I was like, oh my God, I can't get this photo. So I was like, you know what, let me just try it. This is just literally laying on my table. So there's just window light coming from the left side. I was like, let me just try to...
Oh, it's just window light?
Yeah, so the window light coming from the left, and this is just like a blank table. And then obviously like the shadow under it is kind of like dramatic more.
It definitely, really it helps add a little depth, so it's not like totally flat.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, exactly, it doesn't look like totally flat. But I was just so worried because I was like, man, like this literally has like no color, like in my mind, like, because I didn't know what you were going to do. But I did like my purple and white kind of scheme, but that's what I came up with, and I was like, okay, like I was happy with it.
All right, so then the final category we did was with our iPhones, and like I said before, not necessarily iPhone photography. We just wanted like a common subject, like a constant between us. So our phones were going to be our final product, and I chose to go the route of like a flat lay because I don't know, it's kind of what I've done in the past with iPhones. So I just lay my phone, it's blue, and I contrasted it on like the black, and I threw some white Apple accessories in, like my AirPods, my Apple mouse. I tried to just kind of somewhat keep it an Apple theme, but I don't know, I think I'm kind of happy with it. The only thing on mine is there's like this white splotch on my table that I should have moved my phone case up to cover, which I did not do.
No, that was good because I wasn't sure if that was like intentional or accidental because it still just gives it like a nice, like, it just gave it like a nice rugged look. I don't know, like even if there was like some like scratches like at the top or something, I thought that would have been pretty cool, but I wasn't sure if that was like intentional or an accident.
No.
It's so funny. But I do like your photo too because I don't know, it was just, like the flat like look is awesome for the like any type of product, and I liked how you had all the Apple products and like the camera obviously up in the top left. It was just a clean photo. Like that was, I like that one a lot.
I really like yours is like I kind of how I did with the controller, like depth of field really adds to this photo because like the cameras are out of focus, but like the Apple is crisp and that helps a lot.
Yeah, in this photo, and I had like a whole different expectation of this at first. Like I wanted to like incorporate apples or something, try to do something, and like it just was not working out. So really like back to how I do with the sneaker. I was like, you know, let me just put this on the table. Let me try to get a shot, and then, you know, try to get that depth of field and stuff. And it was just like clean and simple product photo, somewhat, you know.
Yeah. I like 'cause
and
it's just black on white. It's very clean and simple,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah, and yeah, it came out decent. You know, I do think my favorite one was the Cologne one, just because it was kind of intense and stuff, like with the water. I feel like the water was like in perfect place and stuff. But,
Yeah, I think overall my favorite of mine was still like my candle one, only because
Yeah.
I feel like that type of photo is just a photo I would take normally, whereas the
I
other
feel like you would
two,
post that.
product photos. Yeah, I totally would post it like that on Instagram, whereas the other two were more like I was kind of forced myself to think differently. But yeah, I always would resort to like the tried and true, the candle through a piece of like greenery. That's classic.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I don't want to make this video too long, but we ended up going on and talking about our gear and stuff, and I thought that would be a great talking point or episode for our podcast. But anyways, go subscribe to Nick, go subscribe to his YouTube channel, go follow him on Instagram. Super dope videographer and photographer. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Go subscribe, hit the like button. The YouTubers say it makes a difference, so it makes a difference. And yeah, trust the process.